Pre-season went well. Can we carry that on into the season proper? Stay tuned to find out. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Pilgrimage. Coming up on today's episode, I've got 2 games for you in the National League North. We're at home to Spennymoor in the first game, and then away at title favourite Fylde. Let's get straight into the Spennymoor game. And this is the team that is going to go out there and try and get the win. It's David Gregory in goal, back 4 of Matt Tootle, Scott Garner, Jake Wright and Scott Duxbury, Paul Green at the base of midfield, Sean Byrne and Connor Di Maio in central midfield, Jay Rollins on the right wing, Joe Leasley on the left, Jordan Burrow up front. Let's submit the team and go and do the team talk. Okay, I'm going to pump the fists and agree with the assistant. We're favourites for a reason. Go out there and make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. And let's kick the match off and try and go and get the win. So Boston are in the orange, Spennymoor in the black and white, and we win the ball back. Tootle on the right wing plays it forward, but the highlight ends and then restarts with a throw-in which Tootle takes. He gets it back, runs down the right wing. Can he get the cross in? He can. And Burrow's header is just over the crossbar. So the first chance of the match goes begging. Let's demand more. And it's Joe Leasley with the left wing corner. It's an outswinger. Jake Wright's header is just over the crossbar. And it's Eve with the goal kick for Spennymoor. We win it back. Leasley on the halfway line to Di Maio. Duxbury plays it back to Jake Wright. Green goes right to Garner. Forward to Byrne. To the right back Tootle, who plays it forward to Burrow. Plays it to Rollins, who crosses. The header is on target, but saved by Eve, the Spennymoor keeper. And the highlight ends. We're having the better of it so far. Let's demand more again. See if we can turn that dominance into the opening goal of the game. Tootle to Byrne. Rollins down the line for Tootle again. Tootle beats his man for pace. Gets his cross into the far stick. It's headed away by Tate, but Duxbury collects on the far side. It's crossed in and the header is on target but saved by Eve. And we're approaching the half-hour mark still to make the breakthrough. But we have a corner. It's an in-swinger from Leasley to Jake Wright, who heads over the crossbar, and it's out for a goal kick. And let's hit them with another demand more. We are doing well, but we just need the goal to show that superiority. It hasn't come yet, and it's Spennymoor with the throw-in. And it's Ramshaw to Mulhern. Ramshaw goes backwards to Curtis. Into Chandler, who plays it back to Eve. His long clearance is picked up by Jake Wright, who finds Garner, goes back to his keeper Gregory. It's played forward and Burrow turns his man. He's in on goal. Can't get it past the keeper. And it is cleared and the highlight ends. It's half time. It's Boston 0, Spennymoor 0. We have been the better team, but are yet to make the breakthrough. We're favourites. Go out there and give the fans a performance to cheer for. And let's have a look at whether we need to make a change at half time. The only one I can realistically change is I'd like to take Conor Di Maio off, but I don't have a central midfielder on the bench, so he's going to survive, and it is going to be a Jordan Burrow off and Jake Wright on. So we'll have 2 Jake Wrights on the pitch, which is going to make life interesting. I'm going to do it. Okay, we've done it. Start the match. Demand more. So we've got Jake Wright on. So Garner. I'm going to have to think of a way to distinguish between them. Jake Wright. Rollins crosses. Back post header is held by Eve. And in terms of the next substitution, Di Maio I'm going to have a shout at and demand more. See if I can get a reaction out of him. He's not even flinched at that. And it's Spennymoor with the corner, McLean with it. It's a flat delivery, headed over the crossbar. It's a goal kick. And we need to make a change. Green is going to come off. And Lewis Brian comes on. So Di Maio into Leasley. Duxbury with the cross. And the shot is just wide. We're into the last 10 minutes. Di Maio is going to come off. And Keenan Ferguson can come on. And we are in stoppage time. Looks like it's going to end in a disappointing 0-0 draw, which at home is not acceptable in this game. I'm going to try and go very attacking for the last minute, but it's probably not going to have time to even take effect. Kennedy to McLean. McLean forced backwards to Magnay. And it's Mulhern to Moak. And they're just keeping the ball now, just wasting time. And they've succeeded. They have got their 0-0 draw. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of the episode. But that was disappointing. We were on top, had loads of chances. And I'll see you in a moment for match number 2. Welcome back. And just before we show you the second match of today's episode, we've got a new signing to announce. We've brought in Dan Mooney, who can play on either wing. He's a 22-year-old Welsh under-21 international, and we have brought him in from Altrincham for £9,250, and he is not going to start today, but he is on the bench. And the team for today is David Gregory in goal, a back four of Keenan Ferguson, Luke Shields, Jake Wright and Scott Duxbury, Lewis Bryan at the base of midfield, Paul Green and Andy Thanoj ahead of him, Fraser Preston on the right, Joe Leasley on the left, Jordan Burrow up front. Let's submit the team and go and do the team talk. Okay, the assistant manager is saying we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Show everyone else what we're capable of. Given the performance in the last game, I absolutely agree with him. So we'll point the finger and say that. And let's send the lads out there to try and win the game. And it is filed with the kickoff. They're in the white, we're in the orange. And it's Burke who gives the ball away, but then they win it back straight away. Houghton to Phyllis Kirk, who goes back to his goalkeeper. And it's Neil, the goalkeeper. But Duxbury has it in the defence for Boston, and the highlight ends. And we are coming up to 10 minutes in, we've had one shot, wasn't on target. They've had no shots at all yet. Thanoj to Brian. Looks for support, gets it from Burrow. Green feeds Burrow. Burrow plays it in. The shot is spilt by Neil, but he gathers it at the second time of asking. Burke with the throw in, it's headed away, and Fenlon collects, but we then intercept, and it's all the way through to Neil in the filed goal. Let's demand more. Preston over the top for Leasley on the left wing. He plays it back to Duxbury. Duxbury infield to Brian. Brian infield to Thanoj. Thanoj back to Wright. Brian back to Jake Wright. Brian. Leasley to Duxbury. Back to Leasley. Thanoj to Brian. Brian makes a run, has a shot which is deflected. Brian gets it back. Plays it to Green, who finds Ferguson on the right. Ferguson lays it back. Preston, and Thanoj's shot, but Burrow is offside, and the highlight ends. And it leads to a free kick on the edge of our area. Dobby with it, and the keeper spilt it, but it's cleared by Ferguson. Conlon picks it up on halfway, comes forward for Filed down the left wing, but Ferguson gets there, and he's been fouled, but it's offside. So there's any number of reasons that could have been a free kick. Neil plays it forward, but it's intercepted. Burrow's ball over the top, and Neil beats the Boston striker to it. We have it back. Shields to Wright, back to Shields. Plays it forward to Green, who finds Preston. Preston rounds his man. Plays it back to Ferguson, who gets space for the cross. It's played to the back stick. The header is on target, but saved by Neil, who clears long, well over the halfway line, but onto a Boston head. Preston plays it wide to Ferguson, who checks back and loses the ball. Tollett comes forward, finds Dobby. Horton to Stott. Stott back to his goalkeeper Neil, who launches it but only finds Shields in the Boston defence. Ferguson forward to Preston. Back to Ferguson, who goes infield and loses the ball. We win it back, and Green is on the right. The midfielder drifting out wide. Ball's played in. The shot is over the top, and it's a goal kick to Filed. We then pick up the action with a free kick on the left for Boston, and it's with Brian, who feeds Thanoj. Ball into the centre. The header by Green is just over the top, and another chance goes begging. We cannot afford to be this profligate with our chances. Let's demand more. We have had the better of this game, but only 2 shots on target from 8 and no goals. Burke to Horton. Perkins back to Whitmore. It's Jake Wright with the header, but the ball's given away. Philliskirk to Stott for Filed. Into Tollett. Tollett rounds his man, and he's in on goal here. He has the shot, but it's straight at Gregory. And the Boston keeper makes a comfortable save. And we're almost at half time at 0-0, and it is half time. So we're going to give the lads a bit of a roasting. We'll thrash the arms. Far from pleased. And let's see if we can make an appropriate change up front. Burrow for Preston, maybe? Or possibly Mooney? No, Preston. Burrow for Preston. So Jordan Preston is coming on up front. And let's demand more. See if Preston can be the difference between drawing and winning. Nothing came of that first highlight, so we await the next highlight. Filed by comparison to our 10 shots and 2 on target, have had 3 to make 2 on target. Their XG is much lower. Brian back to Shields, plays it into Green, who finds Thanoj. Thanoj plays it left for Duxbury. Duxbury infield to Leasley, who finds Preston, but the shot is easily saved by Neil. No power on it at all. And we are in possession in their half. Leasley back to Brian. Brian to Shields into Thanoj, who plays it to Green. It's in to the box and Neil makes the save. It's away for a corner and Leasley outswinger, and he's saved again at the near post. Be another outswinging corner from Leasley. Slightly deeper one this time. It's headed away and the highlight ends immediately. And we're going attacking. And it's Thanoj with a free kick. Straight into the wall, but Thanoj gets it back, gives it to Brian. Duxbury lays it into the middle and it's put behind for a corner. Duxbury himself is going to be the next man to come off. And it'll be Matt Tootle to come on. We might need to make a switch at the back. No, Tootle's going to have to play at left back. He can do it, so it's fine. And with 15 minutes to go, we're on the attack. Thanoj to Tootle. I mean, the good thing is he'll chop back onto his... No, he doesn't. He crosses left-footed and it's headed away. I thought he was going to chop back and do an in-swinging cross. He didn't. And we very nearly caught them out with that. But it's back with Shields and then Jake Wright. Into Thanoj. Left to Tootle. Plays it into Thanoj. Leasley to Thanoj. Into Preston. Green to Preston again. Back to Brian. Green's shot is charged down but falls to Ferguson. He's able to get a cross in, but it's deflected behind. And it will be an in-swinger from Leasley. Into the middle, headed away by Whitmore. And Tollett just keeps that in play. I thought it had gone. It didn't. So we're going to demand more again. Thanoj to Tootle. Plays it back to Jake Wright. Into Brian. Wright to Ferguson. Green to Ferguson again. Ferguson beats his man. Finds Green. Gets it back. And the shot is deflected behind by Neil. We're certainly putting the pressure on at this stage. And Green looks like he needs to be the third man to come off, but we don't have anybody available, so we'll go with Leasley instead and bring on Mooney for his debut with 10 minutes left. Ball's crossed into the middle, it's punched away and then cleared finally, but only as far as Tootle. To Leasley. Thanoj to Brian. Preston into Green. Green has the shot. And it is a goal kick. It's off target. Mooney is on. Tootle with the throw to Thanoj. Tootle backwards to Jake Wright. Into Mooney for his first touch on camera. Thanoj back to Brian. Into Green, who takes it down on his chest. Plays it back for Ferguson. Green to Preston. The shot from Paul Green is in the back of the net. it does count. It's Fylde 0, Boston United 1. And we probably would have taken 4 points from the opening 2 games at the start of the episode, but we would have expected them to come the other way round. But nonetheless, that does mean that we will go into the next batch of games on the back of a victory, assuming we can hold on for the remaining 6 minutes. And it's Jake Wright, but his clearance is against his own man and it's behind for a Fylde corner. And the header is straight at Gregory, who plays it out for a throw-in, and the highlight ends. We've been much the better side. We've got by far the better XG. We're in stoppage time. Can we hold on? Final highlight, Shields plays it forward but loses the ball. Perkins into Pigott, but they lose the ball. And that is the end of the match. It's Fylde 0, Boston 1. I'll be back in a moment where I'll show you the league table and tell you what's coming up on tomorrow's episode. Okay, so that leaves the Vanarama National League North table looking like this. We're in 7th position with 4 points from our 2 matches so far. There's 2 teams tied at the top on 6 points and a perfect record. It's Gateshead and Brackley Town leading the way. And let's have a look at when we're going to come back. And I think I will bring you back at the end of September. I will show you Guiseley and Gateshead, and that will be on tomorrow's episode. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to my channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.